want to teach you how to play open power chords. This is a little bit inspired by a lot of AC/DC songs. AC/DC uses a lot of these. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you got to know is you got to know how to play the major chords. So let's go ahead and zoom in. I'll show you the major chords first, and then we'll strip them down. I'll show you the 5 chords and how they work. Here we go. Alright, now that we got you all zoomed in, let's go ahead and review our chords. You should already know these chords. If you don't, please look them up. I'm not going to go too much into depth with these. I just want to kind of hit those power chords for you. So anyways, what you have is you have a G major, right? You have a D major, you have a C major, you have an A major, you have an E major, right? By the way, I'm only strumming up here just to give you the demonstration. I usually strum way back here, so don't do this. Okay. Anyway, so those are the chords that I want you to know. Because we're about to strip out the 3 in those chords. And the 3 refers to the major scale. If you don't know that stuff, look it up. I'm not going too much into the major scale today, but I'm going to tell you this. With all major chords, you have the major scale, and then you have the 1, 3, 5. Okay? So if you don't know what that is, stop now, Google it. Okay? So you have a 1, 3, and a 5. That makes up all the major chords, depending on which note you start with. So a G is a G, B, D. Right? And you get another G here, you get another D here, another G there. So you have a total of 3 notes. You have a G, B, and D. And those 3 notes in any order will create a G major chord. Same thing with the D. Here you have a D, you have an A, another D, and you have an F sharp. So a D, F sharp, A is a 1, 3, 5. That creates a D major. And so forth. It's going to be the same way for all your chords. Again, I'm not going too into depth with this, but I'm going to tell you this right now. The 3 is what gives it that major, minor, it just gives it the quality. What we're going to do is we're going to strip out that quality, and we're just going to kind of have just the raw 1, 5, okay? So let me dial this in. With the raw 1, 5, what I'm talking about is you get a power chord. You strip out the 3 and you just get it like just the meat and potatoes of what a chord is all about, okay? And it's going to sound like this. Right? So let me go ahead and review those. What we have is I'm going to start with a G because it's really popular. Alright, so when I'm playing a G major, I'm playing it like this with my index finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, right? I'm going to strip that guy out. And I'm also, I know you did all that hard work in learning your G and keeping that middle finger up, and so you can hear that 5th string. It's always the hard part for everyone. Now I'm going to actually reverse that and have you lay that finger down, so that way you're muting that 5th string with your middle finger again, just like you wanted to on the day 1. Okay, and that's it. Making sure you have your ring finger here on the B string 3rd fret. If you don't, you lost your power chord again because that gives you the 3. So make sure you're doing this chord shape here. You want that muted. Alright, so next chord shape is a D. You're going to see this one a lot. The D is just like a D major, except again I'm stripping out the 3, which is this F sharp. And so I'm going to be doing this. I'm just going to use my ring finger to kind of lazily lean over. Rock and roll is very lazy, right? And that's how I want to play my D5 is what they call it, or a D power chord. Okay? D, there's my 5, my note of A, another D, and I got nothing there. That's what I want. That's how you play D5. Okay? Alright, and now I'm going to show you how to play the A5. The A5 is also going to be using that thumb trick here. Keep that in mind. I did it for D, I do it for A as well, because I want to mute out that E string. Now here's what it's going to be. A string open, 2nd fret with using my index finger to cover these 2. 2nd fret, D string, 2nd fret, G string, and these guys better be muted. Okay? So it's just these 3 notes that are active. That's how you play an A5. Okay? Alright, so moving on from there, we have an E5. Oh, and I forgot to mention on the A5, I snipped this guy out, because that's my 3. Okay, that's the one I took out. Going back to the E5, we have no thumb trick, because we want that E string to be open. Right? And if you're not familiar with what a thumb trick is, you should definitely look up how to play chords properly or get some lessons. But thumb trick basically means you're taking out that E string. So with the E, you don't want that. You actually want the E string, because that's your root note. So in E5, here's an E major. This note here, that's our pretty little third in our chord. That's the one we want to take out. Okay, that's the G sharp. So we're going to do this. Just like the A, I'm just going to move it over. The trick is, you can't play those. You're going to mute everything else except for these guys here. Right? So it sounds just like that. Alright, so you can also work on just aiming for those. But what fun is that? You want to be able to swing through it. So work on getting everything muted behind this, right? All that behind the scenes stuff, third, second, first string should be muted without a doubt. So you have that crunch. Sounds great. Mess it up and it sounds like this. Right? So work on that. Okay? Alright, and then the last one I want to show you is a C5 or a C power chord. Okay? And how you play that is it's just like a C major, right? Again, you see my thumb here taking out the E string. We're going to start with our C. Normally, we would play this note, right? And that is a third. A C major is composed of 3 notes, C, E, and G. Okay? Just those 3. This is another C, this is another E. So that's a pretty C major. We're going to take out the E's by leaning everything over and just lifting our middle finger. So it should sound, see that's out, everything's out, just using these 2 fingers. And I'm leaning over onto the D string, so you don't hear it. The G string's all good. We want that one. We got another C right there, we want that one. And then this one here, we want that to be muted as well. So it sounds like a C5, which is just a C and a G. Okay guys, I hope that helped. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. That means the world to me. And I'll see you guys in the next video.